Hello everyone, Basic Ollie here and welcome. Welcome to the first ever video on my channel for Assetto Corsa Competizione Career Mode. I am very much looking forward to this and I hope you guys are as well. I have no idea what to expect, so without further ado, let's jump into this video. But just quickly before I do that, in the first video I noticed there were a lot of comments saying about the graphics and frames per second. So what I've done is I've actually upgraded my graphics card massively. So I went on eBuyer, I bought a new graphics card, got it for the next day delivery, just so I make this video look a lot better. That's the idea anyways, but yeah, I always take your feedback on board, guys, so anything you say in the comments, I will always do my best to justify that. There's been comments about the frames per second, the graphics, and me talking over stuff, so I'll make sure I correct those in this video. But thank you so much for the support, and let's crack on with this video. Let's start the career mode. For any of you guys wondering why it says my career mode is 15%, I previously did a recording, but my hard drive failed massively. So we're just going to start a whole new one, and we'll just start from the beginning. So first thing you see here is just about the duration, the gear line, and automatic and stuff like that. And then it's going to play us a short video.
Hi there, I'm Mirko Bortolotti, Lamborghini factory driver and 2017 Blancpain GT Series champion. Welcome to the career mode of Assetto Corsa Competizione, the official video game of the Blancpain GT series. You have been granted the access to the Lamborghini Youngster program at the legendary Temple of Speed of Monza, and you will be driving a Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. This monster is not a plug-and-play experience, so we first need to verify if you really got what it takes for GT racing. You will be asked to perform some simple and very basic tests, like driving the car out of the pit lane, avoiding collisions with other drivers, staying within the track limits, and bring the car back in one piece. Our race engineers will need to check your radio systems, tire temperatures and brakes, so be careful and remember, racing never starts from being fast, but from being safe and disciplined. After the first installation tests, the team will ask you to prove your skills with performance-focused tests. Be focused, don't overdrive, merge yourself with the car and do your best. The results will affect how good you will start your career, so that maybe some of the best teams will offer you a drive in the next Sprint Cup season. See you on track and good luck.
Right then, boys and girls, let's get this career mode underway. This is part one, so test one of the Lamborghini Youngsters program. We're going to be tackling Monza, of all tracks, and we're going to be in a Lamborghini, so this should be a hell of a lot of fun. Just the text at the top there is basically a run through, just says we're going to be a 10-minute practice session, set the fastest time you can, and make sure to cause no incidents or go off the track.
Green light, give it all you can. Welcome to the Lamborghini Youngster program. Today, you are given a seat in the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. Our team will look at your best lap on track in dry conditions. Complete at least 2 safe and valid laps and then start pushing. Good luck.
Here we go then, guys. Let's see what we can do on this first test session. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit nervous because this will be the first ever kind of test session or race around this track, but let's see what we can do. God damn, I don't think I will ever get bored of that noise of that Lamborghini engine. It is just superb, isn't it? It is just fantastic. They really have nailed the sound on this game. Right, so coming out of the pits then, and just kind of for the outlap, I really am just going to shift early, take my time. You can see that the tyres are quite cold in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. We can see the different settings that you've got. On the left hand side we've got my name there. I'm guessing all the opponents that we've got, they are all in Lamborghinis, as this is the Lamborghini Young Drivers Test Program. It's a 10-minute session. You can see the timer at the top. That is just slowly counting down. But this outlap here, I'm literally just going to take my time. I'm no rush at all whatsoever. The guy actually did say, you know, take your time for the first 2 laps and then start pushing. But I'm just going to make sure everything that gets up to temperature, not to take any silly risks. After all, it is just a test program and you don't want to make any mistakes. You will be punished if you cause incidences or go off the track or anything like that. The game constantly monitors your driving skill and your talent, so we're going to have to make sure we don't make any silly mistakes. And yeah, just get a real good feel of how the car handles. straight away from this game you can kind of feel how different it is to other sim races, and you can really feel you feel a lot more connected to the car, and you can't really make any sudden steering movements. Even there, like on GT Sport, you'd be going crazy, but I know if I go crazy on this steering wheel, or in this game, the car is just going to completely and utterly spin out. So that is one thing you will need to look at. Anyways, setting ourselves up then for our first ever time lap around this circuit, and around in this car. Let's see what kind of time we can do as the Lamborghini really starts to scream. You can hear the high revs. We're going down the main straight here. Let's see what kind of top speed we can kind of reach. Be interesting as well if we can actually catch the guys ahead of us. Let's get our head down and let's see what we can do. Braking just after the 150 meter board then, but it's just a little bit too much. Maybe the brakes aren't up to temperature yet, or maybe I've just outbraked myself simply there. We'll have to watch out for that on the next time we go around. But not too shabby then. I don't think we've lost too much time through there. We shouldn't be too bad. After all, we may have gained a little bit of time just through braking later, but we've lost it obviously going through the corner. Right then, braking on the 100 meter board there, just really hitting the brakes hard. Flicking to the left and then hitting the right, just ever so slightly touching the sausage curb. Start accelerating again, making sure that rear end does not get too unbalanced, and yeah, we go spinning out. Third gear through Lesmo 1 then, accelerating just as you start hitting the curbs, up into fourth gear, and then just before you're about to hit fifth, you drop down into third, again, hit them at the apex on the right, and then start powering out. The sensation of driving around this circuit, it's so much different to other games, because you have to be, I don't want to say you have to be more precise, but you can almost, the handling on the game, if you just try and take the mick, it will come back and bite you on the arse, so you have to be careful. Especially through this section here, by the way. I can just feel it. You can see the car, as soon as you touch any of the curbs, it starts to feel really unsettled. But first lap, I have to say, I'm very, very happy with how it's gone so far. We're clearly catching the AI at the moment, so that is always a good sign. If we're not catching them, or you know, we're falling behind, that's not good at all. But considering this is really our first lap coming out and doing this, then yeah, I'm very, very happy how it's gone so far. So, as we're going through the last corner then, ready to cross the finish line, the first time is a 1:58, and we are 2.3 seconds faster than anyone else so far who has crossed the line. So as you can see the times in the bottom left, we are going much, much quicker than anyone else on this circuit. And the guy on the left here, I was a little bit naughty. I was getting a little bit, I wasn't frustrated, but I was like, mate, why are you braking so early? It was just way, way, way too early. So yeah, I went for it. I shouldn't have done really, but I kind of got stuck behind him even more. So what you're going to witness here is my first overtaking career mode. It's not a spectacular one, don't get me wrong, but this is a practice session and I really shouldn't be doing it, but sod it, why not? He was too slow for me, I wanted to overtake him, I was feeling a bit racy, I wanted to gain a little bit more time, but yeah, we ended up catching the other guy, and then that was the end of the practice session. We managed to set a 1:56.3, and that was a good 1.5 seconds quicker than anyone else. So, in terms of our first session, you've got to be happy with that, haven't you? If you're 1.5 seconds faster than the AI, you've got to be happy. And the sector times here, by the way, purple in every single one. So we were certainly quick around this circuit. I've always said on GT Sport that I am a massive fan of Monza and I always like the way it drove. And it seems to be that I've managed to carry my talents, shall we say, through Monza on GT Sport and onto this game. So very, very good start. Very, very happy with that. So on this menu that's appeared here then after you do the first test, it recommends a difficulty for us, which is quite surprising. So it's actually said normal. I was expecting it to be a little bit higher. I was expecting to be on hard, but no, decided to go on medium. And as you can see, the next test session we've got then is actually in the rain. Now, I have never driven this game in the rain, so this will be very, very interesting. I really hope I do not bin it. I really hope I don't bin it. If I bin it, oh man, it's going to be like the first session. It was just a complete waste of time. Anyways, little message up here then. Again, it's the same sort of thing. It's a 10-minute session. But the objective here then really is what they're looking for is to make no mistakes and to not crash out or cut the corners, because this is really your first time racing in the rain or doing any sort of rain session. So the game's just trying to evaluate what kind of pace you have you've got in the rain and whether you make any mistakes really. So we're just going to have to make sure we make no mistakes and we impress whoever the hell is watching us.
Green light, go, go, go. Your second test is under wet conditions. Just focus on setting your best lap in this heavy rain and bring the car back in one piece.
Okay then, first test session in this car around this track. Straight away, as soon as the pit limiter came off and I started accelerating, the car just felt a lot different. You could really tell the track conditions were pretty bad. The steering just felt completely different. A lot more force feedback in a way. You could feel it fighting and biting back at you. So if you're ever coming out of the pits, guys, or whenever you do this, just be a little bit careful, because it can be a little bit bitey. Alright, so don't do anything too drastic. But yeah, just going through these sections here, you can see, look at that. Soon as I just try to put my foot down a little bit, the car bites me on the arse. And as I go through this section, as I go through Lesmo 1, you can see I'm very, very gentle on the accelerator. And look, the car still, it wanted to bite me on the arse. It just was not happy with what I was doing. So we're going to have to try and be even smoother through Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2. Otherwise, we're going to be making a lot of mistakes. So, crossing the lap then, starting our first ever lap, timed lap, shall we say, in the wet around Monza. We're going to have to make sure we don't mess up the braking points like we did in the first test session. So we're going to have to brake a lot earlier. So I brake way before the 150 meter board. Probably earlier than I should have done, but this is the test session. I just want to make sure I get through this in one piece. Easing the throttle through the first chicane, and then putting my foot down all the way through the gears, second, third, fourth, fifth, and eventually sixth gear. This corner here, you don't have to let go of the throttle at all. The car can handle it nice and easily, even in these horrendous conditions, shall we say. Braking here just before the 100 meter board. Again, very cautiously, but I'm not caring or too worried about how fast we're going through this session. We just want to make sure we make no incidences at all. We just want to show the guys who are watching us that we can drive in the rain and we can drive with some sort of pace without any sort of incident. So, Lesmo 1, got through that with no incidents at all. We did very well. Lesmo 2, a lot better, just nice and smooth. No sudden change in direction of the steering wheel, you know, just keeping it nice and smooth and under control. Very happy with that. This bit here then, again, just full throttle, nothing to worry about. No corners for us to really worry about. Big brake point here then, so I just brake before their little tarmac on the right hand side. Just as you can see, as I turn left and right, I'm being so precise and trying to keep that steering wheel as smooth as possible. No sudden movement. You can see I'm so on the edge just coming out of that corner. I was trying to be as smooth as I can, but even then the car was just like, no, what are you doing? So the rain on this game, you can definitely feel as if it will kick you in the butt if you do not treat it with respect. But going through the last corner then, in third gear, you can see look at that, I'm just fighting with the steering wheel. I've shifted up a little bit early just to try and get a little bit more traction. I've got the times in the bottom left hand corner, so let's see what kind of time we set for the first lap. We set ourselves a 2 minute 5.7. No idea if that's any good or not, but we'll wait for the guys to cross the line and see what kind of time difference there is. But yeah, we're just going to keep going and we'll see what kind of time the guys behind us do. Wowzers. Well, I wasn't expecting that much of a time difference, to be honest with you. I didn't think that lap was fantastic, because at the moment, as you can see in the top left hand corner, we're actually half a second up. So if we actually improve our braking points and a little bit smoother, we could definitely end up going a lot quicker. So 3.6 seconds, I hope that's not really the best time that they end up setting and they get a little bit quicker, because that's not really a competition, is it? Oh Christ, I nearly lost the rear end there going through there. But yeah, 7 temps up now. So yeah, I don't know, the game did say the best setting was medium, but all we're doing right now is we're just improving, and we've only got one guy across the line. Maybe he had some sort of mistake, I don't know. We'll have to wait to see if someone else crosses the line and see what kind of time they set. So someone else just crossed the line then, and another person, and it's still 2.2 seconds quicker. And currently, we are 1 second up, or almost 1 second up, on our previous best time. So I'm starting to wonder, guys, if maybe medium is just a little bit too low for us, and maybe we need to go for high. Let me know in the comments, because it's a tough one. We might get in a race and then be completely, you know, medium might be perfect for us, but this is clearly not quite right, because now we're 1.5 seconds ahead, and yeah, we're going to be, well, we've basically smashed that AI, and I assume they're currently on medium settings from the first session. Maybe I wasn't quite quick enough on the first session, but I was 1.5 seconds ahead, so it's not massively different from the last one, but we're going to be crossing the line here. Absolute brilliant lap, I thought, when I crossed the line. Nearly 2 seconds quicker, and if you look at the times in the bottom left, we are 4.2 seconds quicker than any of the AIs. Ridiculous. Anyways, skipping to the end of the session, we get a gold, so that must be good. It's got to be good. Set a time of 2:02 flat, and we ended up 4.491 seconds faster than anyone else. Purple in all 3 sectors, and as you can see, we're basically a second faster than anyone else in the sectors. Doesn't matter what sector it was, we were quicker, so if they aren't impressed with that, God knows what you got to do after that. No incidents as well, so very happy with that. Oh yes, I have never ever had the chance to do this. A night session around Monza. This sounds awesome. I hope this is going to be as good as I'm imagining it's going to be. Let's crack on, let's start this event, let's see what it's like. Really looking forward to this. I hope it is going to be as good as I imagine it's going to be. Oh, here we go. There's 5 Lamborghinis, 6 Lamborghinis. I've lost count. 6 Lamborghinis lined up then. It does look pretty good from first impressions. Just a little message at the top, so it's going to be a best lap session once more. But yeah, once again, they're going to be watching to see if we make any sort of mistakes.
Green light, go, go, go. In this night driving test, you will be evaluated based on your fastest lap, but always remember that the first priority is to drive consistently, avoid incidents or cutting the track. Be safe and have fun out there.
Don't you worry, my son. I am sure I'm going to have plenty of fun out here. Right, let's leave the pit lane then, and let's see what this is like. Already, I'm loving this. Even though I've done absolutely nothing, I'm absolutely loving the idea of this straight away. Right, let's see what the visibility is like. Straight away, I can tell it's not fantastic, which is good. That's what we want to see. You want it to be as realistic as possible. You want the vision to be exactly like it is in real life, and so far, just going through the first chicane here, I kind of do get that feeling already, as we're going to go through the first big right-hander, or, you know, semi-straight, shall we say, around Monza. And visibility is not too bad, but it's not as bright as some games, so it's good to see that we don't have the, you can't see as further in some racing games, so it really is going to be a guessing game, really, about our braking points. We're just going to have to remember the boards on the left and right hand sides, what the braking points are, because there should be no reason why we should be any slower if we remember our braking points and what time we turn into the apex. You know, timing is going to be everything during this lap. It's just going to have to be a lot more precise, because it's not going to be as clear. We're just going to have to make sure we remember those braking points. But first impressions, guys, I don't know about you, but this does look awesome, does it not? This does look incredible. I'm very happy the way they've done this. Everything, your senses are just, your senses, I should say, they're just enhanced, shall we say, because you're having to concentrate so much more, because you just cannot see as much as you would do in the daylight. So yeah, we're going to have to... Oh, that was close. Nearly went off there. Yeah, we're going to have to really concentrate. But what I'm going to do for you guys now, for my first lap, I'm just going to play it through, unedited, no voiceover, just so you can listen to the noises, have a look, see what it's like. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. This is awesome. Well, that was bloody awesome. But I really hope you guys enjoyed that. I've just skipped ahead because, yeah, we've absolutely smashed it. We're almost 5 seconds faster than anybody else. So, nothing to worry about in the pace department there. So, yeah, we just skipped a few laps and we just let the time go down. And, yeah, absolutely smashed it. Absolutely love that. Night racing, I'm all about that. Give me more. Give me more of it. I'll eat it up. Absolutely loved it. Now, because we absolutely smashed the first 3 test program driving sessions, whatever you want to call them, we managed to get a gold test result. So I assume that means we can basically have the best pick of all the cars that we want. So first things first then, just going through them, you got an old Jag, you got a McLaren 650S, which is pretty cool, not as cool as the 720S. Mercedes AMG GT3, which is also pretty cool. 2 different versions of the GTR, we've got a Porsche 911, an old Lambo, an old Aston Martin, an Audi R8, which is pretty cool. And then there's 2 versions of the Bentley Continental, a BMW M6, and then back to the Jag. But I decided to go for the Audi R8 because I want that awesome traction that an Audi R8 will give you, and obviously the sound is absolutely immense, and the sound is awesome on this game, so I want to have an awesome sound going through my ears when I'm literally revving the absolute crap out of these cars. So, after you selected what car you want to use, you've got a team name, so I decided to go for YouTube Racing. You know, a lot of thought went into that. 37 is my number. I've always raced it in the F1 game, so if I get choice, I'll always choose 37. And as for teammates, I thought it would be pretty cool to go for Ben Daly, who's another big YouTuber that I massively look up to. He is a sim YouTuber, so you can always check his channel out. And I've also gone for Steve Brown, again, a big inspiration for this channel and for what I do. So yeah, I just thought it'd be pretty cool to be YouTube Racing and have 2 other YouTubers as my teammates, which was pretty cool. But I'm going to leave it there for now, guys. Don't you worry, the next video that we do on this game is going to be a race. So we're going to do the first race in this career mode. Very much looking forward to that. But I just want to say a big shout out to anyone who's watched these videos, subscribed to this channel. The growth in the last week or so has been phenomenal. I am so close to basically reaching a dream of mine, which is to have 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, it would just be absolutely amazing to have that amount of subscribers. I'm so glad you're enjoying the content. I just hope that the addition of the added graphics card can just make this content look even better for you guys, because I've put a lot of effort into this video and upgrading the graphics card as well. So yeah, I just really hope you enjoy it. But if you want to see more of these kind of videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you for the next one. I can't wait. Take care. Ta-da.